This 2023 Crown is most likely going to replace the Toyota Avalon, which is a vehicle that I absolutely liked. In fact, that was my most favorite car in the Toyota lineup. I loved driving the Avalon. I loved how quiet it was. I liked the comfort. I liked the V6 engine. All of that is going to be gone very soon, I'm sure. And this new Crown, it's a name that harkens back to 1955 as one of Toyota's first passenger cars. However, for this generation, this latest 2023, it's basically a lifted up sedan, and it's a hybrid. It's not a plug-in hybrid, and it's not a full EV, but they are giving you two hybrid options here, and I'll go through each of those in a moment. But let's go through the cliff notes first. It's a reimagined sedan with premium comfort and elevated ride height. So comfort is what they keep touting in this press release over and over. It's going to come in three levels, three grades, XLE, Limited, and Platinum. And all-wheel drive, at least an on-demand all-wheel drive system, is going to be standard across the board, which I think is a pro. I think that's a great thing. You have a standard hybrid powertrain, and you also have a first ever Hybrid Max. So we've seen this Hybrid Max branding before with the Toyota Tundra. I've done a review on the Tundra, but I have not reviewed the Hybrid Max version of the Toyota Tundra powertrain. However, they bring that branding here for this new Toyota Crown, and I'll talk more about that in a little bit. But the Hybrid Max comes exclusively on the fully loaded Platinum trim, and it is a 2.4 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine with 340 horsepower. They're saying this vehicle is going to come with a spacious interior, a quiet ride, and it's going to come with adaptive variable suspension only on the Platinum model. In my experience, the adaptive variable suspension almost never does anything in these Toyota Lexus products. You can switch between the sports, the comforts, doesn't matter. You hardly notice a difference, but regardless, you get that with the Platinum. The Platinum grade also offers, for the first time ever, unique bi-tone paint options. So as you see in this press release, they're showing you this black on red exterior, which I'm not gonna lie, does look kind of cool. In the Platinum grade and also the Limited grade, they're also gonna come with 21-inch wheels. Standard with the XLE, it's going to come with 19-inch wheels, which is what I recommend with a vehicle like this. Also, their 12.3-inch touchscreen, which is excellent, by the way. That's going to be coming standard across the board, no matter what trim level you get, and that's also a great pro with this Toyota Crown. It's essentially a slightly smaller version of the 14-inch display found in the Toyota Tundra and the Lexus NX. It's by far one of the easiest infotainments to use. It's so quick to respond. It looks great, simple to use. I love it. So you get that slightly smaller version here. It's a 12.3-inch display, but that's still plenty big. So I have no issues with that. And there's plenty of physical buttons and switches for your climate control, your heated and cooled seats, etc. Let's go deeper into this vehicle and let's talk more about these specifications, the trim levels, the engines, the interior, etc. But I promise I will get to my opinion towards the end, so watch all the way through. Let's start with the powertrain. So as I already mentioned, you have two powertrain options: the regular Toyota hybrid system, also known as THS, and also the Hybrid Max, which is only available on the Platinum trim. So I've already told you that the Platinum trim with the Hybrid Max comes with 340 horsepower, and it is a 2.4 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine mated to a 6-speed automatic. And all-wheel drive is standard. However, there's two types of all-wheel drive. The Platinum models get the advanced all-wheel drive. 340 horsepower, that is a lot. However, this is a vehicle that sits up high. It's about 4 inches higher in terms of ground clearance compared to a Toyota Camry, just to give you some perspective. So this isn't going to handle the best, and 340 horsepower, that is a lot. I feel like this is going to be a bit sloppy, honestly. I mean, this is going to be smooth horsepower, not really like a Kia Stinger type of horsepower, right? This is not going to be meant for performance. It's going to be more so for effortless passing, if you will. Handling, I feel like, is not going to be this thing's forte. The Toyota Avalon handled amazing for what it is, but I feel like this is going to deviate from that. But more importantly, the XLE and the Limited trim levels, they're going to be equipped with the 2.5 liter regular hybrid system, and there's not going to be any turbochargers on this 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine. It's also going to be mated to a CVT transmission. And I think Car and Driver had the exact specification. I think it's going to make around 236 or 238 horsepower, something like that. I'll put it up on the screen here. But that's really not that great. And pricing has not been released on this Toyota Crown. However, Car and Driver estimates that this XLE Crown is going to start at $41,000, and the Hybrid Max Platinum is going to top out at around $49,000. And I think they're correct. I think this thing is going to top out at around 50K, and 40K seems to be the right price that this is going to be starting at. So 40 grand, that's a lot of money to be having like a 230 horsepower 4-cylinder engine. And here's the other thing that bugs me. So the Hybrid Max, it has a combined estimated fuel economy of 28 mpgs, which is completely abysmal, mind you, especially in this day and age when everybody's going full EV and, you know, everybody's so climate conscious and environmentally conscious, right? 28 mpg is trash for a vehicle like this. And the regular hybrid found in the XLE and the Limited, those vehicles, they're gonna be getting around 38 mpgs combined for the city and the highway, which is much better. But keep in mind, dude, 38 mpg, that's also not that great. Toyota has been doing this hybrid thing for 2 decades now, over 2 decades. Cars have been getting 40 mpg for years now, again, for over 2 decades. So this is not impressive. This is not groundbreaking. I thought this was going to be a full EV, actually. When I first saw it, I thought this was going to be like a Polestar 2 type of rival, but it's not a full EV. It's not even a plug-in hybrid. Really, they shouldn't even be screwing with this regular hybrid powertrain setup at all. They should just exclusively be using the RAV4 Prime setup for pretty much all their future vehicles until 2025, 2026. Because 2025 is going to be a pivotal year. EVs are really going to start taking over in 2025. These manufacturers, they're going to bring out some legitimate offers during that year, you know, probably vehicles that do around 400 plus miles of range. You have some serious horsepower, space, etc. The prices are probably going to come down during that time as well. So that's going to be the beginning stages, the beginning year where a lot of people are going to be transitioning over into EVs because manufacturers are naturally going to be coming out with better products. But this, in my opinion, it's just irrelevant. And I know I said I would save my opinions till the end, but I just couldn't. I had to say this right now because this really bugged me. Another thing to note, this 2.5 liter regular hybrid power plant that they're using, it still utilizes the nickel metal hydride battery pack. And Toyota Lexus, they've continuously utilized a nickel metal hydride battery pack because it's better for the cold. It's just a more reliable setup according to Toyota compared to a lithium-ion battery pack setup. This is a proven powertrain, but guys, come on, a Hyundai Elantra and a Kia Forte can pull off 40 mpg. Owners have reported 40 mpg out of their regular 4-cylinder Elantras and Kia Fortes. And you can say whatever you want about Hyundai and Kia, but those are some very efficient cars. The Hyundai Elantra, I'm very high on that. It is quiet, it is comfortable, it handles great for what it is. And again, very fuel efficient. Okay, even if you're not hypermiling and getting 40 mpg, those cars, the Forte and the Elantra, they will do 30 plus mpg, and that's without any complicated hybrid powertrain setups, right? It's just a regular port-injected 4-cylinder with 138 horsepower, and it's super efficient without this battery pack crap. Now I get it, this is an all-wheel drive vehicle, this Crown. However, you can also get the Toyota Sienna. That's also all-wheel drive. That's also a hybrid. That's also going to get close to 40 mpg. So I'm not really seeing the point with this just yet, but let's keep going here. This vehicle, this Toyota Crown, it's going to sit upon the GAK platform, which is their global architecture that underpins a majority of Toyota Lexus products, like the new Lexus RX, that also sits upon the GAK platform. And as I already mentioned, this Crown is a lifted up sedan. They're trying to appeal to the sedan market and also the SUV market. But again, in my opinion, towards the end, I'm going to tell you there's not really much point in doing that, because this thing doesn't even have a hatchback in the rear. It just has a regular trunk. So it doesn't have the utility of an SUV, and it doesn't have the handling prowess of a regular sedan. Now, obviously, nobody's driven this car yet, They've just recently released this about 2 weeks ago, and the XLE grades, they get a 19-inch wheel setup as standard, and I think that's pretty appropriate for a vehicle like this because comfort is the name of the game with a vehicle like the Crown. Also, you get heated seats as standard in the front, and you're going to be getting a leather fabric combination seat throughout the XLE grade. Obviously, you're going to be getting the 12.3-inch screen. I already mentioned that, with a 6-speaker audio system. It's going to come in 5 colors: black, white, gray, heavy metal, and a red color with a black interior. The limited trim is going to be equipped with all the features that the XLE came with, but it's going to add in multi-beam LED headlights, a fixed panoramic sunroof. I'm not a huge fan of these pano sunroofs in these EVs because in my experience, especially with the Teslas, like the Model Y I tried out, having a lot of glass in a vehicle just naturally causes a lot of wind noise in the vehicle to occur. Now, Toyota keeps touting that they have reduced the wind noise, the road noise considerably, and I'll get to that section, but we'll see. In my experience, Toyotas are kind of a hit and miss when it comes to sound isolation. Certain vehicles like the Toyota Avalon can be very quiet, feel solid, and all that good stuff. It can reduce the tire noise and all that. However, you have other vehicles like the RAV4, the Venza, that feel like absolute tin cans. I mean, the Venza especially, that was supposed to be a luxury type offering similar to this Crown from Toyota, and they've completely dropped the ball with that Venza. It's not a bad car, it's just, why is it so loud inside, right? Especially for a vehicle that costs well over $40,000. So that's the disappointing part there. But let's keep going. You get the leather seats, and they're going to be heated and ventilated seats in the front, and the rear seats will be heated with the limited trim. The limited grade is also when you start to get the 11-speaker JBL audio system, which the JBL audio system, Toyota has done a good job improving that over the years. So that's a welcome treat. You're also going to be getting the rain-sensing windshield wipers, intelligent clearance sonar, along with rear cross traffic braking. There's also an available advanced technology package that adds the 21-inch wheels. Okay, so that's good. I guess standard, the limited would come with 19-inch wheels, but you have to option in the advanced technology package to get the 21. So that's good. Okay, if you want to upgrade to the limited trim, that's probably not bad. I would probably just skip out on the advanced tech package. And also other available options include the bird's eye camera view, the 360 camera, I believe, and a digital key, which is going to come with a subscription, of course. And don't worry, in the future, I'm sure this digital key is just going to be implanted into your right hand. The interior colors are going to include black, black and chestnut, and macadamia. Also, the Platinum grade includes everything that the XLE and the Limited has, but it's going to include that Hybird Max powertrain. It's going to come with the adaptive variable suspension, 6 selectable drive modes. The other 2 trim levels come with 3 drive modes. The Platinum will only come with 21-inch wheels, which is unique to the Platinum grade. And you'll also be getting black accents. The color palette adds Toyota's first bi-tone paint option, which you probably already saw. And every Toyota Crown is going to be coming with that 12.3-inch multimedia system, and they're also going to come with the Toyota Safety Sense 3.0. That's all going to be standard, and I think that is pretty great. This vehicle is set to arrive in Toyota dealerships later in 2022. Regarding the all-wheel drive system, there's going to be 2 different all-wheel drive systems, as I already mentioned before. So the XLE and the Limited, they're going to come with an E4 all-wheel drive, and the Platinum grade is going to come with E4 Advanced. And I believe this is talking about both the all-wheel drive systems. So instead of using a transfer case and a drive shaft for the rear wheels, Electronic On-Demand all-wheel drive employs a separate rear-mounted electric motor to power the rear wheels when needed. Let's talk about the regular all-wheel drive system first, the E4 all-wheel drive. It achieves stable performance by driving the rear wheels with a rear motor. To provide traction when needed in slippery conditions, the Toyota Crown also uses the latest evolution of this system and strengthens the driving force of the rear motor compared to the conventional E4, enhancing the stability and the cornering ability of the Toyota Crown. The front and rear wheel distribution is precisely controlled to the front and rear wheels between a 100-0 split and a 20-80 split. It'll go from being completely front-wheel drive to sending about 80% of the power to the rear wheels. Now the E4 Advanced all-wheel drive, it's going to be paired with that Hybrid Max on the Platinum grade, and delivers the power from the front and rear wheels via a front-mounted hybrid motor and to rear wheels through a rear-mounted e-axle electric motor. This system helps to ensure stable all-wheel drive performance and satisfying acceleration thanks to being paired with a direct shift 6-speed automatic transmission. The power split on this all-wheel drive system is going to be 70-30. That's going to be the regular power split, I guess. And 20-80, once again, exactly the same as the previous all-wheel drive system I just talked about. The rear motor, which generates power through water cooling, makes it possible to maximize torque to the rear wheels. This new all-wheel drive system enhances the drive force to the rear wheels and provides the feel of rear-wheel drive maneuverability, straight line stability, and comfortable turning and responsive acceleration. Platinum version is going to be equipped with a 6-speed automatic, and the regular XLE and Limited, they will be coming with a CVT transmission, which honestly for hybrid vehicles, CVTs are the better choice. They're smoother and more efficient and just makes more sense. Again, that's one of the reasons why those two trim levels get 38 mpg, but even that's not enough in my opinion. They should be getting like 50, 60 mpg at this point in the game, but I digress. I haven't talked about the looks, and that's because I don't know, it's kind of a mixed bag, and looks are subjective. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. In my opinion, the front end and the side is okay. I mean, I despise that black plastic cladding that runs throughout the side of the vehicle, around the wheel wells. It makes no sense as to why they've done it, because it's a sedan. Usually they do the black plastic cladding to show that the vehicle is an SUV. However, in this case, this is a sedan, so there was no need for the black plastic cladding. It just looks cheap on this car. It's a TNGA-K platform, and it's got a 112-inch wheelbase, which is nice. That pretty much rivals the LX600, that massive 3-row Lexus SUV. So it's going to be very spacious inside, and it's also got an overall length of 194 inches, so about the same size as like a BMW 5 Series, right? And once again, this crown sits up 4 inches higher than a Camry. So the overall height of this crown is 60.6 inches compared to a Camry, which is at 56.9 inches. Let's go into this interior space. So they're saying it's got a first-class cabin space, and I see a lot of matte bronze trims and materials running across this vehicle. I'm assuming that's for the platinum grade, and it's a lot like household faucets and other bathroom kitchen accessories, right? You know, they're trying to bring back matte gold and matte bronze and everything into the kitchens. You know, chrome is making a comeback. You know, it's all a ploy to sell these faucets and everything, right? So people keep remodeling their homes. But we kind of see that trend here with vehicle interiors as well. We're starting to see bronze being used. I remember Genesis was using that in 2018 with the Genesis G80 Sport, and BMW brought it back in the new iX, that weird looking SUV. I like it. I like bronze as a interior trim color choice. I think it's pretty cool. But again, I think that's for the platinum grade. But standard, you will be getting an 8-way power adjustable driver's seat as standard, so that's great. And that includes lumbar support, and the lumbar support is only for the driver. But the rear seats will be cushioned and bolstered for maximum comfort, right? Dual zone climate control is also standard across the board, and all the Toyota Crowns will come with a 12.3-inch gauge cluster screen as well. The Platinum and Limited include a standard panoramic moonroof, as I already mentioned. You also have some LED illumination and lights going on, so you know, a lot of people, they're starting to like that now, so Toyota is including that here. A wireless charging pad, that is standard. So this is one of the reasons why I recommend getting the XLE trim if you are truly interested and you love the Toyota Crown. But from what you've seen, if you love it, then going with the XLE trim, I mean, you're getting a lot of standard options here, like the wireless charging, like the heated seats in the front. They keep touting that they've done their best to keep unwanted noises out. Again, I really have to test it to be sure, because Toyota and their noise isolation, it can be a hit and miss, as I already mentioned. But they're saying that the Toyota engineers have gone for a calm atmosphere, and the TNGA-K platform is designed to reduce noise intrusion and vibration coming through the steering and the floor. They've also added acoustic glass to insulate the cabin even further. And also the 12.3-inch standard touchscreen for the infotainment. It's going to be updated over the air, which is a great thing. The 6-speaker sound system, they're claiming that's going to provide clean and powerful sound for all types of music. They've improved their sound systems over the years, so I kind of believe them on that. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto is going to be coming standard with this screen, and Wi-Fi connectivity is available through a subscription. I think they'll give you 3 months for free, and also 4G connectivity for up to 5 devices. You also have all the safety features as standard, which I like to see. Things like the dynamic radar cruise control, automatic high beams, you have the seat reminder, blind spot monitoring is standard, rear cross traffic alert, all that stuff, that's great. And Toyota safety features genuinely do work very well. But that's pretty much all of the information regarding the Toyota Crown. My opinion, I mean, obviously I've shared my opinion throughout this little press release blurb that I've been reading to you guys. I've been kind of sprinkling in my thoughts, and obviously my thoughts are pretty negative on this car. I'll be honest with you guys, Toyota and Lexus, they have been dropping the ball with a lot of their new vehicle releases. It really started with that Tundra. I thought that new Toyota Tundra was going to be an amazing class-leading truck, and it totally was not. Toyota had so many opportunities to come through the gate and be a class-leading vehicle, right? When they redesigned a lot of their cars here, I really thought they were going to do some groundbreaking stuff, and they totally have not. That Lexus LX 600, it's a flagship 6-figure SUV, and it was total trash, people. I mean, these are unrefined, crappy ride quality, chintzy interiors. I mean, I have no idea what Toyota is doing, but you have to keep in mind, these massive corporations, they have never had your best interest in mind. They really don't care about you, about me, about anybody. They're just selling products and making boatloads of cash. So, these multi-billion-dollar companies, it's amazing to me that people think they can school these companies and they can, give them advice. They think they're really gonna listen to us, and nah, people, they do what they want to do, and I am really starting to lose interest in cars, people. I know I review cars, this is my job, but I'm losing interest quite rapidly. I don't really care about any of these new cars anymore. I'm grateful for this job and the opportunities it's brought me, but I'll be honest, these cars, it's just becoming another product. As a child, I was very passionate about vehicles, but seeing where the car market is going and what these massive corporations are doing, it's pretty disgusting. Like, for instance, this Toyota Crown, okay, this 2023 Crown, like, as an objective journalist, I mean, tell me guys, I mean, what can I possibly say that's positive about this? It's not even an EV, it's not even a plug-in hybrid, it's just a regular freaking 38 mpg hybrid. You can get a Prius, you can get the Sienna, you can get the Camry hybrid, the Avalon hybrid. What is this thing offering that all those vehicles isn't, right? I mean, this isn't even a hatchback in the rear. It just has a regular trunk. I mean, sure, it's probably a massive trunk, but regardless, it's just a normal trunk. So it doesn't have any of the SUV versatility, and it doesn't have the handling prowess. Most likely it's not going to have the handling prowess because it sits up 4 inches off the ground, higher than a regular sedan does. So it doesn't handle like a traditional sedan. It doesn't offer the space of an SUV. It's not even more efficient than the other Toyota hybrids in the lineup. So what is this offering? And yeah, it comes with all-wheel drive as standard. I see that. However, the Sienna is also an all-wheel drive. So I feel like that's going to be a far superior family hauler. It's going to make sense for more people to go with something like the Sienna than this Crown. Again, they're trying to appeal to both the SUV and the sedan market, and it's just not going to work because it doesn't do either job very well. It looks weird. It doesn't get 60 mpg like I want it to, right? If we're gonna give me a hybrid, I want it to be ultra efficient, and this is totally not. Even this car is not for this world. I mean, we all know EVs are coming. That's going to be the future. I mean, that is the agenda that they are pushing on this matrix that we live in. I mean, that's what they want us driving by 2030. So this doesn't even fulfill the needs of that future. The RAV4 Prime, it's like the fastest RAV4, does 0 to 60 in like 5 seconds. It's massive, it's got versatility, it's more efficient than this. It's not exciting anymore to cover these automobiles. and people say I'm being very negative on Toyota. Who cares about Toyota? Who cares about these multi-billion-dollar industries and these companies? They don't care about us. Why should we care about them? It doesn't matter. They're charging us $8 a month to use a key fob. BMW's over here charging $8 to use heated seats. They don't care about us. Why should we be cheerleaders for them? It makes no sense. Whatever, I'll just leave it at that. I'll just stop before I get into any trouble. So that's the Toyota Crown. Enjoy. Let me know if you want it. Let me know if you're buying it. That's all the information you need to know about it. See you on the next video, I suppose.